Hey, what's up, everybody? Video 44 coming at you with another video. All right, so the Lakers play the Knicks tonight in Madison Square Garden. Um, and Bron is tweeting pictures of himself wearing Knicks jerseys. So, as I always say, man, I just assume he's listening to me because one of the last things I said on my video was I would trade him to the Knicks. You know what I mean? For a bunch of picks. But no, in all seriousness, it's a lot of stuff going around. Of course, Stephen A. Smith been talking about him going to the Knicks as well. And it just comes down to, I want everybody to go check out those videos. I don't want to get into that spiel, but it just comes down to us not wanting to lose him for nothing. And it looks like we could lose him for nothing. They asked him a question. Did he know what he was going to do with his contract at the end of the year? If he's going to opt in or out? He said he didn't know. He doesn't know. So that further reinforces the fact that the Lakers will be entering a fork in the road type of thing with him, whether he has, with him having all the power to say whether or not half our value walks out the door. And I just don't think the Lakers have to find themselves in that situation. I don't think it's in their best interest to leave that up to somebody else. You want control over your situation when you have what we have, which is a lot of stuff that isn't worth as much as it needs to in Anthony Davis. So that's really where I'm coming from. Ain't nothing personal. I don't dislike the King. He didn't look very happy. He looked like he was very sad. And I don't think he's used to being in trade rumors, obviously. I don't remember the last time LeBron James was ever in a trade rumor. But I think at the end of the day, when I thought about it this morning, the truth of the matter is that everybody around LeBron James has been in trade rumors. You know what I mean? It's just his turn to kind of know what that feels like, to be completely honest with you. And it doesn't feel good. You know what I mean? When you don't know where you're going to be headed and you do think you're going to be let go of and you don't think people need you or what have you, yes, it can feel horrible. But I don't think that's what's driving the Lakers. It ain't that we don't need LeBron James. If anything, it is that we do, and he's about to bounce. And so I'm assuming the Lakers are doing their due diligence here in regards to making a deal and not settling for a deal that they don't like just to get rid of him. That's not the intention. The intention is to get the most we can for him, or to ask him to commit to us in a way that we can see on paper as concrete. And I don't know if that works. I don't know how that works. But I'm just saying, I need to know that you're staying in order to not think it makes the most sense for me to trade you over the next 6 days. Because if I let you control what happens next, I may not be happy with the outcome. So the team I said was the Knicks. The team we play tonight is the Knicks. The team he tweeted was the Knicks. So it's all about the Knicks. Of course, they're missing some players. Quentin Grimes is going to be out tonight. Juju's out with the shoulder. Mitchell Robinson's out for the foreseeable future. I don't know. I think it's a knee. So they're going to be down some bigs for sure. But that doesn't mean that they can't rebound the ball very well, because they still have Hartenstein. He's expected to be just fine. Ain't nothing wrong with him. OG Anunoby's going to pull a comeback against the Lakers just like everybody else does. He's been out for the last couple of games. But, of course, he's a game-time decision for us, as usual. And of course, you got to deal with Jalen Brunson, new-time All-Star. I think it's his first time being an All-Star. He might have made it with Dallas, but I don't think so. I don't know. But he's a fantastic basketball player. Just mowing through teams, every night. He's a fantastic closer. He finishes well around the rim and close to the basket in ways that most don't. Teardrops and just little crafty ways. And then from there, he's able to be enough of a threat from behind the arc to constantly have to press him behind the arc. So he's really more or less an unguardable force out there. And I'm not surprised to see him be an all-star. I'm not surprised to see him be considered as one of the best point guards in the game, because I told y'all that before he even got here. I told y'all that back in Dallas. I was one of the only people that actually thought he was this good back then. And, it's one of those situations where now he has an opportunity to play with his father, or as a head coach, or assistant coach rather, Rick Brunson in New York. And that just brings me back to the idea that LeBron James wants to play with his son. It's just, you know what I mean? That theme keeps circling back around. But at the end of the day, we know what we have to deal with in regards to Jalen Brunson. Also, Dante DiVincenzo, a name that I often forget. A lot of times I'm trying to say, who's that dude with the name? Archie? It's DiVincenzo. And he's been balling as of late. We need to take him very seriously. He's been a great deal to do with why they're on a 8-game winning streak right now, having beaten the likes of the Utah Jazz, the Indiana Pacers. They blew out the Denver Nuggets, fully healthy. Jokic on the floor. They won by 40. I've never seen anything like that. Honestly, I haven't. And, several other teams as well that they've been mowing down rather easily. And I think Dante DiVincenzo's emergence has a great deal to do with why that is. Also, if you pay attention close enough, you will see that the guy that they got from the Toronto Raptors, besides OG Anunoby, Precious Achiuwa, has had a fantastic plus-minus in most of the games that they've won. He's really been playing well, not shooting well, but his defense has been showing up, which is something he's supposedly not supposed to be able to do. He's playing well for them on basketball, on the floor, in areas that probably don't show up in the box score. So we need to be very careful that he's going to get big minutes tonight with Juju now out. Obviously, with Mitchell out, he is going to be the guy that we see on the floor a great deal, and he has a lot of athleticism. Can turn the ball over from what I understand. Maybe you want to press him when he's trying to dribble. From what I understand, he has no handle whatsoever. And listening to some Toronto people upon the time that trade took place, I was listening to what they were saying. And that's what they were saying about Dude. But his defense has improved with the New York Knicks. Their team defense overall has improved, especially with OG Anunoby on the floor. And we need to respect that. But the one thing that concerns me about the Knicks more than anything, including more so than Jalen Brunson's closing ability and all that, is their rebounding. They killed us on the glass by about 11 rebounds in the last game. They have the ability to rebound the ball, even without Julius, even without Mitchell Robinson. They just, they go crazy. And particularly Hartenstein, who just is a board cleaner, man. He's a glass cleaner at all times. He usually rebounds over 15 boards against us. I think he had 17 boards in one of these games they won over the past couple of games. So we just need to respect the fact that they're not going to have any problem on the glass unless we give them problems. And that is really what it's all about. They're coming off a win against the Pacers. They won by 4. I don't really remember exactly the stats in that game. I checked out all of their wins over the last couple of games. Yesterday did my homework, so it's not fresh in my mind. But that's the game they're coming off of. They also recently beat the Utah Jazz as well pretty handily. So this is a team that's rolling, man. The hottest team in basketball. We're coming into their building. And like I said, they just got a few players playing well at the same time, Got to respect Josh Hart. If I'm not mistaken, he had a triple-double against the Utah Jazz. We know Josh Hart. We drafted him. But he's playing well for their team. One of many guards from Villanova that they have and in rotation. And the synergy that they have with that bunch just speaks to why they've been so successful as of late. Most of these guys have been playing with each other for years. So the Knicks are coming strong. Miles McBride, fantastic defensive player. He's also been getting a lot of minutes off of the bench. We have to respect him. They just recently re-signed Taj Gibson. I don't know why. He must be just a Tibbs guy. Tibbs had to be about Tibbs, but he's with the team. Maybe we see him on the floor tonight, given the fact they're missing bigs. And the fact that Quentin Grimes is out just means that they're going to be further playing more of what it is that they often overuse anyway, because that's what Tibbs does, plays everybody 40 minutes a game. So you're going to see a lot of DiVincenzo, you're going to see a lot of Brunson, you're going to see a lot of OG, you're going to see a lot of Precious, and you're definitely going to see a lot of Hartenstein and Josh Hart. Those are the guys that I expect to see in heavy rotation tonight. And if I'm missing somebody, forgive me, because I've been finding that I have been missing people as of late when I talk about these teams, pretty key ones too. But nevertheless, the New York Knicks are the hottest team in the league, and we're coming off the biggest win of the league of our season. In fact, the last 2 wins we've had have been memorable ones. The Golden State Warrior win last Saturday, which was unbelievable, and then the Boston Celtics win a few nights ago, which was unbelievable. Other than that, we ain't been winning much of anything. We lost to the Houston Rockets, lost to the Atlanta Hawks in games that made us want to throw our screens across the room. So hopefully we can have a good show tonight. This game will be on ABC at 5:30 Pacific, 8:30 Eastern. And we've been winning these ABC games, with the exception of the Boston game on Christmas Day. We beat Dallas, we beat Golden State, and now we have New York tonight. I don't know if Bron and AD are going to show. I don't know. But I know we loved what we saw when they didn't in the last game. Let's just be honest. Our team of young players, Jackson Hayes, Austin Reeves, D'Angelo Russell, Rui Hachimura, they all balled out, man. We got good minutes out of Max Christie. And our team, of course, Jared Vanderbilt, who's now going to be out maybe for the season, honestly, you guys. They all played fantastic. And we just love what we saw. And I want to see more of it, to be honest with you. I want to see if Jackson Hayes can have yet another game where we are excited about him stealing the basketball. That's really what he's been doing consistently more than anything else, is helping us defensively in that area, finishing well. As I told you guys in a random video I made about a month ago, you spam him the ball at the rim and he scores a lot. I mean, the percentages are there. They tell you he doesn't miss very much around the rim, even on bad nights. So we need to just continue to try to find him. And I love what D'Lo was doing in doing that. 14 assists for D'Angelo Russell. Didn't have the most amazing shooting night, but he did find himself able to control the basketball and facilitate. And we love what we saw. He did a fantastic job making plays for other people. Of course, Austin Reeves had a throwback night from his rookie season. He hit like 7 threes in that game, 32 points. And I just want to continue to see him attack. You know, even in the games where we lost against Atlanta, he had like 28 points, I believe it was. Against Houston, I think he had over 20 points. So him, throughout the course of this process, has been the main elevation, so to speak, in regards to who's been playing better besides Jackson Hayes elevating his game like crazy. Austin Reeves has been elevating his game on this road trip. And I expect for him to have yet another big night tonight against the New York Knicks. If Bron and AD plays, of course, we will center everything back to them. Of course, we want to feed AD constantly, make sure he gets the ball in the first and second half, particularly coming out of the locker room in the third quarter. We don't want to revert to any issues. But I really genuinely don't mind if they don't play tonight, because I think that there is a chance that we could see our team play well as an underdog without our big dogs once again, having already beaten the Celtics. If those same dudes can come in and beat the New York Knicks, I think that would be a huge boost for the locker room. I really do, man. And the way that things are going, Bron could probably use the rest. AD, I don't know if he's banged up or not, but I'm almost in the mindset where I just kind of want my stars to sit again, just so this team can take on another test. And if they get blown out, so be it. Blame me. But I want to see them dudes without the stars for a bit, and I want the stars to rest, especially if we're trading LeBron James. I don't want no chance of him getting hurt. So these, you know what I mean? I'm a cutthroat, and you know that. Y'all follow me, know I don't play around when it comes to my team. But unfortunately, when it comes to the injury bug, we've been bit. Obviously, Vanderbilt, Cam Reddish, Gabe Vincent, the 3 guys that were supposed to be having main roles who likely are going to miss more than half of the season going forward. And so it's like, yo, I just don't want the injury bug to continue to bite us. And that is a big, big deal. Of course, Taurean Prince, you got to mention him. He had 8 boards in the last game. I've been complaining about him not rebounding as much. He's going to have to rebound just like he did against the Celtics tonight if we're going to have any chance of out-rebounding that team. We can't have him walking away with 2 and 3 boards. It's unacceptable. He's too big. He's on the floor too long for that bull crap. Okay? Straight up. I'm calling him out. Continue to board the way you did in the last game, but we'll be pleased with you. He's going to hit 3-point shots. He's going to be put on defensive situations. You're probably going to see him on Jalen Brunson tonight, you know, because Coach doesn't hesitate to put Taurean Prince on the best player every single night, which is absolutely mindless, but it is what it is. Hopefully he'll do a fantastic job rebounding, because that's all I really need him to do. Hit the glass. Give me more than 6 boards a game, Taurean Prince. Since you're going to be on the floor more than everybody else, you got to clean up the glass. So, yeah, these are things that we just demand, you know, since Darvin Ham is still our coach, much to the chagrin of everyone, like literally everyone. We're going to continue to see things that make us wonder what the hell. But he did find something out of Jackson Hayes, and we were very pleased to see that process be a decision that he made, ultimately, calling his number and over Christian Woods, which most of us didn't like, but now finding that that was the right call definitely gave me some positive thing to say about Darvin right now. And I want to see Jackson stay out of foul trouble. He did not foul in the last game, which is absolutely amazing. Continue to set good screens. It's the most important thing for him. All these other type of fouls are not the fouls that usually get him out of the game. The ones that get him out of the game are the bad screens. So he needs to take his time, and his guard needs to take his time and set good screens, put him in the pick and roll, and let him roll off, catch the ball, and dunk it. Because that's really what we're getting out of him offensively, and we like it. Don't have him hovering around the 3-point arc. We tend to find him around the 3-point arc, and of course he's going to pass it off. I don't even need him out there. Have him inside 15 feet, ready to catch and ready to make set screens. That's really all I want Jackson to do offensively. And defensively, be as active as you've been. Use your arm length to continue to get deflections, block shots, and do the very best you can not to foul on that side as well. And I think Jackson Hayes will continue to play well for us. Of course, rebound tonight, specifically. Rebound. And so that's what it is, man. I don't know if the Stars are going to play or not. Obviously, it's Madison Square Garden. You would think they would want to play, but then again, they didn't play against the Boston Celtics. And when you put on the Laker uniform, you would think they want to play that too. So I don't know what the hell's going on, but I can tell you that I appreciated them sitting because it brought the best out of my young fellas, and that's development is a big part of what we got going on over here. Raising people's trade value, big part of what we got going on out here. I just wish that they would have been on the floor. Maybe Vanderbilt would be healthy if he wasn't overusing that game. I know that's low-hanging fruit, blah, 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 but I'm still unhappy about Vanderbilt going down. I am, and that's just where it is, man. I don't know that he goes down if AD and Bron on the damn floor. I don't know that he does. Just being honest. So these are the type of things that we just have to think about as we go forward without our Vando piece. Of course, we need that piece to help Austin and D'Lo continue to look good together on the floor, for which we also need because they're two of our best scorers, two of our best facilitators, etc. So, yeah, man, I'm a little perturbed, man. I'm not going to lie. The more I think about just them sitting out the Boston game, the more I realize that, they had good reason for doing so, and I've supported it, but man, against the Celtics, we only played them twice a year, man. Don't let that be the game you boycott. Boycott this crap. Boycott the New York Knicks, because at the end of the day, we don't have a rivalry with the New York Knicks. You feel me? That's my attitude. If you want to sit an ABC game that everybody wants you to play in, don't sit the Boston Celtic game. Sit the New York Knicks game. But they ain't going to do that. I don't think they're going to sit tonight because that's about their interest. They want to be seen in the New York market. And all that. I'm over that, man. I'm frustrated with that aspect of this process, man. And so now that I'm seeing him tweet himself in a New York Knicks jersey and all of that, we just like, all right, man, I really want to see Jackson Hayes ball out tonight. I really want to see Austin Reeves and D'Lo ball out tonight. And if the stars want to show up and be the stars that they are, I'm sure we'll be happy to see them too. But the team is divided. I don't think that move, them sitting out against Boston and then us winning that game, really helped the locker room at all, man. I think the energy is shifted. You see stars with long faces, and you see people with like D'Lo with smiles on their faces, and that's just a far cry from where we were last week when it was the complete opposite. D'Lo was worried about getting traded. Now Bron's worried about being traded. It's just a dynamic that I'd love for this team to not have a part of our situation anymore. So that's my humble opinion. Slightly irritated with just the environment of it all and what people feel they have to do to get what they want. And the fact that they want to get what they want, other people need to be sad in order for you to get what you want. It's too much of that. And then the Bluebirds are chirping around the team and everybody has something to say. That's a dynamic of being a Laker fan that I personally am not a fan of. I'm more of a blue collar, want to see basketball, trying to go after the Celtic championships, and all that stuff. I'm trying to keep us in a position to overdo what they do. So that's really all I care about, man. All this other stuff, the hoopla and the noise and all that, it makes a lot of money for the people who are in place, and I'm sure they're very happy about that. But for me, I don't care about none of that, man. I just want to win. I just want to win, and I want security for my team so that we can win in the future. And so if trading people is going to get me that, cool. If keeping people is going to get me that, cool. You know what I'm saying? That's how I feel, man. And I just don't like the me type energy that I'm sensing right now. It's too much me, not enough us. And that's all there is to it. So I hope to bring that feeling back, man. It's about us. The name on the front of the jersey. I've been saying it all week. That's what I'm on right now, coming into the trade deadline. Name on the front, not the back. If you ain't a part of this, you can stand back because we going after it regardless of who's winning in our uniform. And so that's what I got to say, man. The Lakers are going to be wearing their white jerseys tonight. Of course, on the weekends, we always wear our white jerseys. And the New York Knicks are going to have their two-tone floor, so they'll have their blurry New York blues. And that means that they have it so that the jersey itself literally is blurry. It's like New York, and it says New York right underneath New York, blending into New York so that it kind of looks like you got double vision when you look at it. That is the uniform they're wearing tonight. Two-tone, meaning they got a blue side of the court and they got a black side of the court. It's actually kind of cool. We'll see that tonight, I believe. So, yeah, man, New York Knicks are the hottest team in basketball. We already beat the best team in the East. Now we get to beat the team who's playing the hottest in the East. And I expect my team to win, man. I do. If what I saw in the last game can carry over, I don't think the New York Knicks are ready for us. Why? Because they got too many people coming in and out of the lineup. And they've been winning too damn much and they're due to lose. They're not as good as they've been playing. We know it. Especially without Juju. Especially if OG Anunoby's fresh off injury. Especially if they ain't going to have Quentin Grimes coming off the bench as well, although they don't use him properly. I would love to acquire him in the Bron trade. If for some reason we do make a trade there and one of the pieces we get back is him, I'll be very happy about it. But nevertheless, these are the type of things that I'm on right now, man. You know what I mean? I don't think that the New York Knicks are as good as they've been playing. I think they've peaked to a degree, and without Julius Randle, it's time for them to plateau a little bit, and it should start tonight with us. So that's what I got to say. I don't think anybody's going to be caught off guard by us. It's a national televised game. Everybody saw us beat the Boston Celtics on national TV, so you know they're going to be ready for our guys. But I think our guys are surging right now, and there should be a good expectation that they'll play well tonight. Of course, Vando being out does hurt massively. But if the coach doesn't overuse Taurean Prince and have him on Jalen Brunson to get cooked by 40 tonight, I think we have a good shot at continuing the hot hand from those who've been playing well. Rui Hachimura is going to have to shoot better and make better decisions. I know he was a contributor with like 16 points, 8 boards. We need him to continue to look for his shot, but not be as inefficient with it as he has been. So we need him to play better. That's the guy who needs to step up in Vando's absence, is Rui Hachimura. Defensively, I need him to step up, be weak side Rui. Offensively, rebound the ball, give us second chance points, bully people and push people out the way, man, and definitely contribute in every way possible. Glass. I cannot stress it enough. If you're going to beat the New York Knicks, you got to beat them on the boards. If you don't beat them on the boards, you're probably not beating the New York Knicks, man. They tend to shoot a lot of three-point shots. We saw that the last time we saw them. I think they went for like 20 threes against us. 20 made threes, many attempts. So if we don't guard the perimeter tonight, it could also be to the bane of us. You know, Jalen Brunson can go for 5 and 6 threes. You know, DiVincenzo is a three-point shooter, so he can do the same. And we just need to be aware of that. OG Anunoby, pretty good shooter as well. So we understand that OG Anunoby is a fantastic defensive player, so it could have some regression on a guy like Austin Reeves that they put him on him. So we need other people to step up surrounding that circumstance just in case one of our guys is locked up, because that could be a real thing with OG on the floor. They really do got good defenders, McBride as well. So these are the type of things I'm thinking about, man. It's not going to be an easy win by any stretch of the imagination, but I do expect for my team to overachieve, especially if Anthony and Bron decide to suit up tonight. And I expect they will, because it's Madison Square Garden on national television. So guys got to step up, man. You know, at the end of the day, stop pouting, fam. Stop pouting. You know what I'm saying? It's on my heart to tell LeBron, stop pouting, bro, because at the end of the day, I'm going to tell you the truth. That ain't no damn struggle you going through there. Being put on the trade block, fam, that ain't nothing real. That is nothing real, because at the end of the day, real struggle is some of the stuff that people really going through in life without no money. You understand what I'm saying? And you don't know nothing about that, bro. You ain't been in that situation since you were a kid, so trust me. You need to find the strength in you to stop that damn pouting about not being in control of what the Lakers are doing. Okay? Everybody around you got to be on the trade block, fam. It's your turn to feel that. And it ain't personal when I say, you know, we need to trade him. I just understand this is absolutely organic. But eventually, the first shall be last and the last shall be first, fam. And everybody who's ever played with you has had to worry about whether or not their family's going to be moved to some boondock city in the NBA they don't want to be on. It's your turn to understand how that feels, fam. You understand what I'm saying? For real. God's honest truth. And I see it in your eyes how upset you are about this, but at the end of the day, I'm telling you, as somebody who's going through some real stuff, that ain't nothing real, fam. That ain't no real struggle. You are wealthy, fam. You're going to be fine. Your kid is fine. You're going to be in the league soon. There ain't nothing to pout about, fam. You're in the NBA living your dream. You need not forget that. Okay? Because I read something in his eyes that I hadn't seen in 7 years he's been here. And that is like he's really going through a real struggle. And as I sit in a real struggle, I'll tell you, nah, fam, you got to regroup and realize, hell nah, this ain't that. No. What you are feeling is your comfort and the use of your power not being in position to control your narrative. But sometimes you got to let go and let God, if you're a believer like that. That's the one thing this last year in 2023 has taught me, to let go and let God. Because a lot of times we think things are going to be worse, only for us to find ourselves triumphant in the end if we just let him do his thing and not have so much resistance to the plan that he has upon our lives. That's the realest thing I can say to LeBron James, and I hope somebody sent it to him. Stop pouting, bro. Hold your head high. You're one of the greatest players of all time. Go out there and show us why we should value you the way that we do. That would make us feel like we can't let you walk. You got Madison Square Garden tonight. I expect a historic performance from LeBron James in response to what we're saying here. Okay? That's what I expect. No pouting, no sitting, no looking around, rooting for people to fail so that we can get our own crap going. None of that. None of that. It backfired on you, man. You know what I'm saying? Them boys went out there and beat them Celtics. As they should. Because anybody who puts on our uniform should be looking to beat the Celtics. It should be me and my friends looking to beat the Celtics. Because that's how serious that is, man. You don't have to sit that game. You shouldn't have set that game. and AD. Neither one of y'all should have set that game. Shame on y'all for even thinking to do so. If you weren't particularly hurt, for which I don't believe you were. Trying to get rid of this coach, trying to make changes. And look, I want this coach gone too. I want them changes made too. But sometimes we gotta let go of our power, let go of what it is that we want to control so bad, putting other people in a position to feel scared about whether or not they're gonna lose their position around us. That needs to flip on its axis, man. Everybody should know how that feels, bro. So that's what's on my heart, man. That's comes straight from the heart. I like LeBron James a lot. Obviously, LeBron James, somebody I grew up not necessarily being a fan of, but I always appreciated him, and I'm his age. We are only 4 months apart, and I'm telling you, he looked like he was sad, and I'm telling you, you ain't got nothing to be sad about. Not in your position. Not with what it is that we're seeing there. If there's some other stuff going on off the court, that's a whole nother story. But this, being traded from the Lakers, fam, everybody got to worry about being traded from the Lakers. You understand what I'm saying? Kobe had to worry about being traded from the Lakers. Shaq got traded from the Lakers. You think, you know what I'm saying? Nah, none of that. None of that, man. And putting these high expectations about being the greatest Laker of all time, you can never be that, man. It's just impossible. Kobe already played 19 seasons with us. It's not possible, fam. You know what I'm saying? That should not be a determining factor whether or not you're the greatest player of all time, being the greatest Laker. That's just craziness. So these are the type of things that I've been thinking about as I went to sleep last night, gave it some meditation. I woke up this morning, saw all this stuff, the New York Knicks jersey stuff, all that pouting, man. I'm not with none of that. Guys got to man up. Take it out on the Knicks. BDL44. I thank y'all for watching. I'm out.